Hello and welcome to another one of my Leetcode videos. In this one we'll do Leetcode number 14, longest common prefix. So basically we are given an array of strings and we need to find among these strings what is the longest common prefix. So in this case you see that the input is these three words and FL is the longest common prefix because it's the longest prefix that's present in all the words. Similarly, in this case, there's no longest common prefix, so we just return empty string. So let's try to solve this problem. So our approach here will be, basically we'll start with saying that the first word is the longest common prefix, and as we iterate, we'll continue taking the longest common prefix of our previous prefix and the new word. So in this case, we'll start out with our longest common prefix being flower, and then when we go to flow, we'll compare these two and see that only flow matches. And then when we go to, so at that point our longest common prefix will be flow, and then when we go to flight, we'll see that the only common thing is FL, so we'll replace our common prefix with FL and then keep doing that until we either hit an empty string or the end of the array. And we are given that there's at least one element in the array, so we can safely dereference the first element. So we'll start with defining our common prefix to the first element of the array. Then we will loop through from the second element up to the last element of the array. So here's our loop, and then what we'll do is we'll replace common prefix with the common prefix of the common prefix and str set I. And we'll write this function which will basically get the common prefix of two strings, and then at the end we'll return common prefix. And then as an optimization, we can say if common prefix is an empty string, or we can just say dot length equals 0, then at that point we just return an empty string. Because if it's empty, it's no matter what comes next, we'll always have empty string as our common prefix. And so now we just need to write this common prefix function. So here is our function signature. We'll start by creating a string common prefix, and then we'll keep track of our index, and then we'll say for each character in B, if our index is greater than or less than a dot length, otherwise if it's not, then we just break, because that means we've ran out of characters on A. And then if it is less than the a dot length, then if a dot char at I matches B, so if the current index's character of A is equal to our actually C, which is the character for B, then we append that to our common prefix and increment index. Otherwise we break, because it means that these characters don't match, and so we break. And I think we can simplify this to combine these two conditions and put the break outside. So here we say, okay, if the current index is less than a dot length and our a dot caret I is equal to C, then we add that C to our common prefix and append an increment index, else we break out of the loop, because we either found a mismatch or we found that we ran out of characters in A. And then we'll return our common prefix. So let's try to run this and see how that does. This is a string, so it needs to have parentheses. They should be index. Cool. pass the test cases. Let's submit. Perfect. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.